Peace, this your host, Sila Shalom, and this is the Kosmon teachings in the words of Jehovah and his angel ambassadors from the Kosmon Bible Oahspe. And this is the introductory. And we're going to be talking about the Kosmon Bible and what it contains. This is just a brief introductory of what I'm going to be going through in the different series in the book. But the first thing is, what is the Kosmon Bible, Oahspe? Well, when we look in the book of Jehovah, which is the first book of the Bible, it states, it's a subtitle where it states, wherein is revealed the three great worlds, Corpor, Atmospheria, and Etheria. As in all other Bibles, it is revealed that this world was created. So in this Bible, it is revealed how the Creator created it. As other Bibles have proclaimed heavens for the spirits of the dead, behold, this Bible reveals where these heavens are, and the manner and glory and work that the spirits of the dead enjoy, whereby the wisdom, power, love, and glory of the Almighty are magnified for the understanding of man. So the Kosmon Bible is basically giving a lot of information about the spirit world and the manner of how the spirits of the dead continue life after they leave this physical realm. And it explains heaven and Etheria. You know what I mean? Heaven is basically another word substituted for the atmosphere. So once we know that the heaven is the atmosphere now, it takes away the mysticism of, you know what I'm saying, theory and mythology and all that stuff. Because the atmosphere is above our head and we see it through the clouds and the moon rotate around it because it's subjected within it. So in the Kosmon Bible, it's basically rendering up a lot of information about the cosmos, you know what I mean, the manner of the universe, the angels that are within the universe, and the terrestrial beings or mortals that inhabited the planetary worlds. So all things in the universe are inhabited and have life. On the physical plane, we, mortals, or terrestrial beings, physical beings. In the heavens or the atmosphere, you have spiritual beings with our angels. And in the Etherian heavens, you have Etherian angels with our exalted angels. And I got a series where I'm going to go in detail and break down these three inhabited worlds. The series is going to be called The Three Inhabited Worlds. The planetary worlds, the atmospherian worlds, and the Etherian worlds. And how all of these three worlds are inhabited. Next, we're going to move into the word Oahspe. And what does the word Oahspe means? The term in the word Oahspe comes from a very ancient language, which is basically the first language which derived from the continent called Pan. Pan is the continent which was submerged under the Pacific Ocean. And I got a series breaking down that too coming up. So keep posted so you could get the information on that. But on this continent, it is where basically humanity's first started. And the first language was given to humans by the angels on this continent. And the name of the language that was given was called the Samoan language. And it was a language which was symbols and characters, similar to like how the Japanese and the Chinese have today, and similar to the hieroglyphics like in Egypt and in other places. And in the first book of the First Lords in the Oahspe, chapter 4, verse 1 and 2, it states this language. It says, about the time man began to use his lips and tongue in enunciating words, prior to which he spoke in the thorax. Verse 2. And the Lord spoke unto the ions, saying, that the labor of the Lord thy God may be remembered on the earth, go provide me a stone, and I will engrave it with my own hand, and it shall be called Simoan, because it shall be a testimony unto all nations and peoples on the earth of the first written language in all the world. So this verse is basically stating that the first language given to man was called the Samoan language, and it was a language of characters and symbols. Like I said, similar to the hieroglyphics and similar to how the Japanese and Chinese use today. But the word Oahspe is broken down into three syllables, Oahspe. And the O represents the sky. And the Ah, which is the AH, represents the earth. And Spe represents or means spirit. So Oahspe is basically, the word means sky, earth, and spirit. And that's basically the combination of what's contained in the Cosmos Bible. Because the sky dealing with the lower heavens or the atmospherian heavens and etheria, and the earth dealing with the terrestrial or planetary level. And then you have the spirit, which backs all things, which move all things on the terrestrial plane and the spiritual plane. So the word Oahspe is dealing with sky, earth, and spirit. Now in the book of Oahspe, chapter 1, verse 24 through 26, it gives an explanation of its definition and its meaning and its purpose. It states, verse 24, "Not in fable is the book Oahspe, but to teach mortals how to attain to hear the Creator's voice and to see his heaven in full consciousness while still living on earth, and to know of a truth the place and condition awaiting them after death." Verse 25, "Neither are nor were the revelations within this Oahspe wholly new to mortals. The same things have been revealed at the same time unto many who live at remote distances from one another, but who are not in concordance till afterward." Verse 26, "Because this light is thus comprehensive, embracing corporeal and spiritual things, it is called the beginning of the Kosmon era. And because it relates to earth, sky, and spirit, it is called Oahspe." So there's a briefing of what the book is going to be covering, from dealing with attaining to hear the Creator's voice, the different localities of heaven, and the places prepared for us after we die in these different places of heaven. And this book gives a briefing of all that. Now the next question will be, well, who wrote the Oahspe? And when did it come about? Through a man named John